So I was about to get all my heart desired. Everything I imagined and wished for and dreamed about. Wake up! The one I subscribed to when
I inadvertently made an agreement with the devil.
That night when I gave up on God in that field.
Experience a life so unrecognizable.
That's not me.
But one that Satan could drop me from. At a great height. Into a place of great darkness. So much so that the fear of death became more of an attraction. Locked in a prison cell 23 hours a day. I didn't want to live anymore.
That's all, folks.
But I was not strong enough to kill myself. But it's important to set the scene. This new rave wave invasion. Let's just say this for sure. What was it that was shiny, glittering gold? So much so that I would surrender all manner of dignity and morality just to experience one night of hedonism every weekend. Where did it come from? And why was this so damn attractive to a generation? What am I talking about? A youth movement, revolution, or more better put, a rave-o-lution. When for a season, drunkenness and violence was at an all-time low. Football hooliganism ended overnight. The British stiff upper lip puckered up, ready to kiss anybody and everybody under the influence of this love drug ecstasy. It fueled an incredible mass gathering of strangers who would meet no matter colour, creed or sex, or any other persuasion for that matter, with only one thing in their mind: to get high on love with each other and dance like it was their last day on earth. It felt like the closest we'll ever get to heaven on earth, even if it was counterfeit and illegal. But for one moment on one night, we got to dream. Experience a night of hedonistic pleasure on ecstasy, a life liberated on the dance floor. By non-conformist songs, we call them tunes, and this will create a tapestry of wonderful, unimaginable nights of pure bliss, so much so, unlike any scene before, nearly 40 years later, all the kids are still dancing to the same. The energy of these clubs make these high-octane nights exhilarating. The drugs compelling the ravers to party way beyond 2 a.m. close down.
Let's roll this back a bit.
Such demand birthed the move into illegal warehouse parties, which then went outdoors into farmers' fields, or by invite only from a random telephone box. At a special service station with a special message.
Is there anybody out there?
That would send you to a place where you would join a convoy to head out to this illegal party.
Policemen were on duty last night to clamp down on the growing problem of warehouse parties. Police are now using sophisticated radio equipment to monitor the details of venues given out on pirate radio stations.
Hundreds of young people are gathering for the latest craze, an acid house party in a disused warehouse.
Where do you think you're going to?
Mystery tour. We don't know. It's quite a mystery.
That's the mystery about it.
Associated with the rave scene was MDMA, more widely referred to as ecstasy or E.
They say that the people behind the parties, often held in disused warehouses, are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
But when it first started, it was really different. The music was like nothing else really that had been around. Most of the time my parents don't really know that I'm going to an illegal warehouse party. I'd just say it's a warehouse party and they don't ask me whether it's illegal or not, because they don't really know about those sort of things.
The big illegal rave anthem of the time was Everything Starts With an E by the Easy Posse.
Everything starts with an E.
The lyrics started a demon drug narrative, sensationalism across the headlines of the newspapers, claiming such music was inciting the kids and the youth to consume drugs. Top of the Pops and Radio 1 banned it, which fueled interest and was the reason acid house took over the nation. The curiosity got the better of the people. The press did eulogise at one point and called this scene cool. It was soon replaced by the evil of club drugs that causes heart attacks and brain damage, and the drugs were cut with rat poison and heroin and embalming fluid. The effects would last for up to 12 hours apparently, with panic attacks and flashbacks and the probability of being sexually assaulted. Under the influence of this acid house horror, was the headline prompting other similar headlines to an evil night of ecstasy as the newspapers engaged in the contest to see who could come up with the most distorted headline? I mean, it was claimed that the screaming teenagers were demented demonic dolls, as the drugs they swallowed an hour early took their terrible toll, and they had become possessed and sucked into a hellish nightmare. In the summer of 1989, what gave birth to the rave scene was known as the Summer of Love, but it was the second coming in 1991 that caught my sales. In the last month of 1991, most of the top 40 songs were dance and rave songs, comprising a series of proper anthems covering the full spectrum on offer, such as No Be Go, and Prodigy, Everybody in the Place.
Let's go!
Alternate with Evaporate. A-Class, Show Me Love. SL2 on a Ragga Trip. An Enjoy anthem.
Want you to love me too.
course, don't forget to Unlimited. Get ready for this.
Y'all ready for this?
We were ready for this. 3 nomadic friends for life. Dave, Lee, and me. And it was our time. Like the flower power hippies, and the disco freaks, and the northern soulers. We were on the cusp of entering the next generational movement. The promise of this new, uplifting and exciting house dance rave scene was beckoning. And we were oblivious to the fact that we were about to be growing up into a pursuit of self-discovery and a higher state of consciousness. Was it one last chance to celebrate a disappearing youth? At least for me, born out of an innate need, which is in all of us, to become someone, somebody, or at the very least become part of something. A union of like-minded people, a desire to be full and filled. But why was it that I was so drawn to this rave movement? Was it because it was so anti-establishment? Of which taking illegal drugs was a big part? Which created the thrill that fueled this new scene? But I wasn't a thrill seeker. Was I in pursuit of self-discovery? Was I trying to catch up on all those years lost in that cult? Or was it just some form of rebellion to the same? Did I really crave rediscovery? Did I have a need to be found and fulfilled? Was I actually even lost? Did I need a revelation of the world that grew me up? Or was I simply trying to make sense of the one I was now living in? Did I need to escape? And if so, what was I escaping to and from? Had the life I lived become comfortably numb, so much so that I did not have to think too hard and long about my past? How on earth did I become a heavy drug user and abuser? It still shocks me. Makes me wonder to this day how I left the cult a complete Puritan, and within 10 years I would go from one extreme to another, from the cult to prison. I have issues I had not dealt with. I certainly didn't want to think too hard about my future, or lack thereof, if the cult was to be believed. Or was it simply fear of growing up, adulthood, or the need to escape from my obsession, dwelling on the fragility of life? Why was I so preoccupied with death? Why was I so damn stressed? Had I started to join up the dots? A messed up kid that hid in plain sight, now old enough to hide in substance abuse instead? Will I ever make sense of the cards I was dealt? Is it any wonder illegal chemicals will give me a release from my morbid, worrisome, sometimes stark sense of reality and mortality? If I could go back in time and ask that 19-year-old version of me 2 questions, it would be these. Why was I so obsessed with the idea that I was going to die soon? Did I decide ahead of my cult sentenced appointment with hell that I was going to get busy living? At the very least, busy myself with living, so I did not have to think too hard about my life. The drug use and abuse would soon expose.